Joe Pohl and Andrew Molleur lead the pack of cars down, all 27 of them, down through 3. Sparks flying out from underneath the number 97 as that car rides as low as it can, leads the first lap of 123.
Joey Pohl leads the charge down the back straightaway, but Andrew Molleur, the high roller, working that outside lane, looking for the lead, edges out and takes over the top spot. Behind him, Connor Souza, the youngster out of East Providence, Rhode Island, works that top lane down the back stretch, looking for second down into turn number 3.
Eric Sands taking it to the 08 of Richie Murray as that low lane gets all kinds of bottled up further back in the pack, but Eric Sands continues to work down low. Richie Murray finds some speed up top, down into 3.
Into 3 and 4, Tanner Woodard up on the outside of Joey Pohl, down into turn number 3 as Molleur sets the pace. Souza all over the back bumper there as they hit down into turn 3. Pohl back to 3rd. Woodard squeezes just in front of Renegado for 4th.
Just behind them, Richie Murray continuing to prove to be a hard pass for Eric Sands as Murray still poking his nose out as they go down into 3. Meanwhile, Connor Souza, your top-running Seekonk regular, looking to beat the unwinning streak of Seekonk regulars here in ACC Racing.
Deep in the field, DJ Shaw caught in traffic, battling with Gabe Brown, Luke LeBron, and Nick Johnson. You can see as he is backpedaling just a little bit, not to run over the 27. He has Burns right up on his tail as they hit turn number 1. Dean down into turn number 3. Look at Derek Gluchacki squeezing underneath Eric Sands and Richie Murray. 3 wide for that 6th spot down the front straightaway. Murray backs off the throttle, settles it in behind, while Sands and Gluchacki race side by side into 3.
Richie Murray shuffles right to the bottom as Derek Gluchacki's 2-for-1 move thwarted. Just behind him, Jimmy Renfro chucks it down underneath Richie Murray in the Chuck Auto Parts. Meanwhile, Mark Jennison able to get by both of those cars as they're squabbling over position. That pass was for 9th. As further up in the field, Connor Souza, the youngster, challenges Andrew Molleur for the top spot.
Molleur working that outside lane, has moved up the racetrack to keep the speed up in that number 31. That opens up the bottom groove. Souza tried to take advantage of that bottom lane, but realized that the outside lane is just a tick better and settles it behind. Joey Pohl is 3rd, Tanner Woodard 4th, 5th is Vinny Renegado, Eric Sands is 6th, 7th is Derek Gluchacki, 8th is Mark Jennison, Jimmy Renfrew 9th, and 10th is Richie Murray.
Top 10 cars are strung out single file, but Jimmy Renfro looking to change that story as he takes a look to the inside of Mark Jennison. Just at that RM, Derek Gluchacki works down low underneath the 36 of Eric Sands. That move unwinding off of 2. That battle for 6th.
Off the corner they come, still nose to tail, top 4 cars. Right now the battle is for 6th. The 03 of Derek Gluchacki has gotten underneath Eric Sands as he works that bottom lane. Sands has got the advantage though as they hit turn number 3 behind them. LeBron has cleared Nick Johnson, and that gives DJ Shaw an opportunity to squeeze in underneath the 27. They come down off of turn number 2. LeBron bounces off the wall, gets kicked up 3 wide, while the 04 of Shaw picks up the spot.
In the blink of an eye, Luke LeBron was shuffled right to the outside as the likes of DJ Shaw, Nick Johnson, Jacob Burns, and now the 60 of Gabe Brown all work their way by. That for 11th, 12th, and 13th. Meanwhile, a few car lengths ahead of them, Renfrew and Jennison continue to do battle down into 3, and off of 4, it's Vinny Renegado fending off a challenge from Eric Sands in the 1.
Yeah, Derek Gluchacki slid by both of Renegado and Sands, and Renegado from the top to the bottom underneath that black and white 36 as they race for 6th. Up front, the top 4 still nose to tail trying to figure each other out. Caution flag is out. Mike Brightman going around down the back straightaway at lap number 19. We are slowed up for the first time as Brightman goes around in the Stanford Motorsports number 0.
We have Jimmy Renfro trailing by just 7 points, and Derek Gluchacki 3rd, again coming into round 2 of the Southern New England Triple Crown.
19 laps complete as we come off of turn number 4. Andrew Molleur jumps out front, leads the charge down into turn number 1, as Connor Souza settles in for second, but look at Tanner Woodard work that outside lane. They roll down into 3. Souza slides up, shuts the door. Joey Pohl working that bottom lane down the front stretch.
Derek Gluchacki just lying in wait, nowhere to go down low as he waits for space.
Renegado sideways off at turn number 2. Everybody on the binders able to make it by, but the 17, the Elmwood Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, car number 17, has a back end snap out from underneath him as he was tight in traffic, and we are slowed right back up with 20 complete. Seekonk Super Speedway and beginning at Catamount through the 80s. That is the brief history on the Spring Green 123. Field is set. Up on the throttle one more time. This time Connor Souza a little more prepared for the restart. Hangs tight with the 31 of Molleur down the back straightaway. Joey Pohl fills the hole up top as they come off of turn 4.
Tanner Woodard stares down the back bumper of the 38, waiting for the Monroe Dairy Machine to get going. But meanwhile, the high side is lighting it up as Joe Pohl goes to work around the outside of Andrew Molleur off of 4.
Joey Pohl works the outside lane, and a warning to one driver. It looked like Jacob Burns in that number 30. Up front, change of lead down into turn number 3 as Joey Pohl works the outside lane, takes over on lap number 23.
Joe Pohl right back where he started, able to retool and regroup over the course of 23 laps, regains the lead as he leads the number 31 by a car length and a half. Just behind him, Connor Souza with the look down low to the 03 of Gluchacki. Tanner Woodard rounds out your top 5 as they dive down into 3.
Gluchacki working the outside up into the 3rd spot after starting back in 10th. Little by little whittling away that distance between he and the front of the field. He shuts the door on Connor Souza, sets his sights on Andrew Molleur as they hit turn 3.
First battle on track for that 4th spot. Now it's Connor Souza going to work underneath Woodard, but that's top lane is the one that has the momentum as Woodard clears himself for 4th. Behind Connor Souza, go back 2 car lengths, and that's Jimmy Renfrew in the 00. Looking to distance himself from Sands and Burns. 3 cars under a blanket there for 6th.
Derek Gluchacki taking a peek to the inside of Andrew Molleur. That's the battle for 2nd, getting a nose up underneath, and we haven't seen many passes in the late models on the inside lane. He's trying to do it now, but Molleur's able to hold on a little deeper in the pack. Keep your eyes. DJ Shaw trying to work himself through traffic, battling with Gabe Brown, battling with Mark Jennison down into turn number 1.
The real close for comfort there is Gabe Brown, almost the meat and the sandwich between the 04 and the 22. Brown now shuffling up to the high groove, now looks low, now runs right down the middle of the track as the 04 prevails. That's the pass we've seen down low, gets by the 22 of Jennison.
One more time, Gluchacki running in that 3rd spot, taking a look to the inside of Andrew Molleur. Can't get it done that time. Tries it again off of turn number 2 as the top 9 cars run nose to tail down the back straightaway. Gabe Brown still working on Mark Jennison. Down on the inside, he is off of turn 4.
Jennison just able to outrun Brown, but Brown able to keep his foot just ajar in the door as Jennison still having to deal with a lingering Brown again for another lap. Dead even off of 4 this time. Slight bubble for Jennison as he losing a little bit of ground now as Gabe Brown with the advantage off of 2.
Brown up into that position down on the inside, edging out. In front of him, DJ Shaw works the bottom lane of Jacob Burns, trying to get a run up towards the top. In front of them, Eric Sands and Jimmy Renfrew battling for position. That is for 6th. Sands down on the inside. Renfrew a little bit loose off the corner. Gives Sands an opportunity to even up.
This is your foremost battle on the field. The top 5 cars have spread themselves out single file and then some. As Jimmy Renfrew just about able to clear himself all around, but no, Eric Sands battles back off of 4, keeps the door open. The 36 unwinds off of 2, but a great run down the backstretch for the 00. Not able to close the door just yet on the 36 as they still battle side by side.
37 laps up on the board right now, and the outside lane continues to be the favored one for passing. Burns, however, dives down on the inside of DJ Shaw. They battle side by side. Sands on the inside of Renfrew, but Renfrew keeps that advantage down the back straightaway. Shaw keeps the advantage on Burns down into turn number 3. So the outside lane is the strong groove here this evening as your leader comes off of turn number 2. Joey Pole holds on a 2-car length lead on the 31 of Andrew Molleur.
Going back deeper in the pack, Cam Huntress down on the bottom, trying to fend off Tom Carey as he looks underneath for a move. Up top, it's Luke LeBrun. That battle for 13th. And that's 3 cars under a blanket, make it 4 as Matt Lewinsky-Lowe looking to join the party. Those 4 cars wind through turns 3 and 4 as they come across to complete lap 41.
That's deep in the field. In the middle of the pack, you got Brian Wall in the 77 and the 6 of Nick Johnson racing side by side. Wall making the pass there, Johnson settling in back behind. DJ Shaw looking to the inside of Eric Sands, but Eric able to hold him off and keep him at bay. 43 complete. Top 4 continue to run nose to tail. No breakaways there as Gabe Brown has finally gotten around the 22 of Mark Jennison.
Long green flag stretch here as the leaders start to inch their way ever closer to lap traffic as the number 77 of Jim Lenardi, that first car in the pecking order, in just a handful of laps as Joe Pole continues to lead Andrew Molleur, Derek Gluchacki.
Double down to turn 2, Richie Murray getting together with Ryan Vaness and Vinny Relegato. Another car involved as well. 4 cars down in turn number 2. Caution is out for the 3rd time. 45 laps up on the board, and there is some damage to those machines over there.
The Labor Day Classic and the Haunted 100 and the Oxford Plains 125 to round out the rest of their season. Cars crossed over, green flag in the air, and Andrew Molleur and Joey Pole drag race down into 1.
Joey Pole on the outside, Molleur on the inside as Pole takes the top spot away one more time. Here comes Tanner Woodard right up on the outside of Gluchacki, trying to get up into the top 3. Molleur still digging deep down on the inside as they come down the back straightaway, but it's the outside lane with the advantage. Woodard trying to follow through. Molleur slides up. Gluchacki takes a look down to the inside.
Gluchacki trying to make the bottom work. We haven't seen the low lane have a ton of success here, but he's looking to flip that script as the 31 of Molleur tries to scoot on by in that top lane. Joey Pole with the lead, looking to command a lead and grow a little bit of a distance between him and his challengers. Molleur just chasing by half a car length, draws right near to that rear clip of the 97, diving down into 1. It's 3 cars in a row. Gluchacki, the 3rd in line, fending off challenges from Woodard and Souza.
Souza on the inside, Woodard up top as they come off of turn number 4. Souza's got the advantage, but only by a nose cone down into turn number 1. Gluchacki settles in for 3rd. They roll down the back straightaway. Eric Sands right there to try to follow through up on the outside with Burns up there as well, while DJ Shaw works the bottom lane down into turn number 1.
Top lane continuing to get a move on as Woodard powers down into 3. Has a slight advantage in the middle of the turn over Connor Souza. Lays the power down as they roll into 1. Rotate around turn 2. Souza tries to hang on. Can't quite get the speed that top lane is able to produce. Tanner Woodard clears himself of the 38. Here comes Eric Sands now with the bite at the apple.
52 laps up on the board, and Joey Pole continues control down off of turn number 4. Andrew Molleur is 2nd, Gluchacki 3rd as he tries to close in the gap in the championship chase. Woodard is 4th. 5th is Sands. Connor Souza set 6th. 7th is the 30 of Jacob Burns as he battles with DJ Shaw in 8th. 9th is the 22 of Mark Jennison. Gabe Brown rounds out the top 10. And right now the only fight for position is DJ Shaw and Jacob Burns.
Racers starting to get back into a groove as we rotate slowly into the mid-race portion of this 123 lapper. Joe Paul continues to lead laps here at the Spring Green 123 at Seekonk Speedway. Andrew Molleur now with the challenge from Derek Gluchacki down the bottom as the two cars roll into 3. Tanner Woodard, a car and a half length back as they unwind off of 4. Eric Sands rounds out your top 5.
Gluchacki down on the inside trying to get up into the top 2. Battles with the 31 down into turn number 3. Molleur hanging on by a thread. Gluchacki battling back off of 4. Doesn't get the run that time. Tries it again off of turn number 2, but that outside lane continues to be the preferred groove.
Those two cars continue to swap spots as a little bit deeper. The battle for 6th heating up as Connor Souza with the challenge from DJ Shaw. Now DJ Shaw been maybe the only driver to show any passing ability down low as he continues to go to work on the 38 Monroe Dairy machine.
They head down into turn 1, and Souza on the outside, Shaw down low, and DJ takes that spot away, closing in on the halfway. And the battle is for 2nd, continuing between Gluchacki and Andrew Molleur. Molleur working that high side, down the back, straightaway into 3 they go. Cross flags, 62 down, 61 to go. It is Joey Pohl out front. Andrew Molleur 2nd, Derek Gluchacki 3rd, Tanner Woodard 4th, Eric Sands rounds out the top 5, 6 is DJ Shaw, 7th is Connor Souza, 8th is a 3-wide battle between the 60 of Gabe Brown, the 30 of Jacob Burns, and the 22 of Mark Jennison down the back straightaway.
Gabe Brown saw an inch and tried to take a mile, ultimately couldn't pull off the pass as Jacob Burns still sticking his nose underneath the 22 as he starts to try to make the bottom lane come to him. Can't quite pull alongside the 22. Gabe Brown now shuffles up top, tries to get around the 30 on the top side. That allows the 5 of Tom Carey to join the battle as all 4 cars hurtle down into 3.
Joey Pohl putting some breathing room between he and the rest of the field. About 5 car lengths, his largest lead of the afternoon. Down the back straightaway over Molleur, who has a mirrorful of Derek Gluchacki down into turn number 3. Gluchacki continues to take a look down on the inside. Meanwhile, that battle for 8th and 9th and 10th continues to be hot and heavy between Burns, Brown, Jennison, and Carey, all fighting for that 1 spot down into 3.
Nose to tail double wide, slight bobble for the number 5 machine, but he gals it right back in. Enter Brian Wally into the battle, Brian Wall Jr. That 14th car in your running order. Cam Huntress also in the pack right there, but there's still nose to tail and bumper to bumper between Jennison, Brown, Burns, and Carey for 8th.
Jennison getting that spot and now sits in that position. Gabe Brown following him through. Here comes Carey down to the inside. 3 wide across the stripe. Brown trying to shut the door, but gets caught up top as they come down the backstretch. Now he gets by Burns as Carey dives down to the inside.
In the latter stages of this race, does the bottom groove start to come into play? Gabe Brown looking to make a case for that argument as he tries to stick with the 22, dives it down and into 3, sparks flying from underneath the 60. Tom Carey with a good exit off of 4, tries to look low underneath the 60, 3 wide through the middle of the turn and down the back stretch.
Tom Carey continuing to squeeze on the inside. He gets underneath Brown and Jennison through turns 3 and 4. Brown and Jennison make contact. They both straighten out. Carey's got the inside lane down into turn number 1. But it is Jennison. Here comes Brown back through the center. 3 wide, down into 3 and 4. 74 laps up on the board. They're 3 wide for that spot.
3 wide now for 3 laps and counting. Tom Carey, the car down all the way on the bottom. Mark Jennison deciding enough's enough. has to settle it back in for Gabe Brown, able to get past the 22. Now Tom Carey in 8th, down low. Gabe Brown up top, trying to take the spot away from him. Mark Jennison, a car length back, trying to regroup and find a way around as the 77 of Lenardi heading pit side. Just behind him, Jacob Burns, now fending off a challenge from Lewinsky Low.
Derek Gluchacki continues to try to hound and find a way by that 31 of Andrew Molleur. Every time he gets underneath, Moller's able to get better grip on the outside and keep him at bay. And while they continue to fight for that number 2 spot, as lap 77 goes up on the board, the 97 of Joey Pohl pulls away a little bit more.
Joe Pohl now starting to close in on lap traffic as the 41 of Kuhn peeling off pit side as well.
Caution is out. The 27 goes around off of turn number 2. And we are slowed up one more time. Cam Huntress gets around off that second corner at lap. They're up on the board. 45 laps remain in the Spring Green 123 for the American Canadian Tour. Joey Pohl is our leader. Andrew Molleur is second. They look the field over. Off the corner they come. Green flag unfurls. We're back underway as they head down into 1. Molleur trying to get back to the top of the field as they head down the back straightaway.
Andrew Molleur looking to steal back the top spot as Joe Pohl winds up the high side off of 4. Great run down into 1. 3 wide right behind him as Derek Gluchacki starts to up the ante here in the late stages.
Well, Derek was getting anxious because Taylor Woodard is strong on the outside, working that second lane. He had to make a move and make it quick. He saw an opening and jumped on it, but so far, again, Andrew Molleur up on the outside, keeping pace, edging out ahead of the 0-3, and he just can't get that run on the inside.
Yeah, Derek Gluchacki with a great jump all over the 68 of Woodard and the 31 of Molleur, but Molleur able to successfully fend off the charge from Gluchacki. Gluchacki has to retool as the 68 now able to dial back in, starts to head back into that 3-car battle for second. Meanwhile, Sands looking to apply the pressure to the number 68 of Woodard.
Woodard holding on to that 4th position. Sands is 5th. DJ Shaw and Gabe Brown battling for 6th off of turn number 2. Brown up on the outside. Shaw down low behind them. You got Mark Jennison in the 22. The 38 of Connor Souza trying to make it 3 wide. Settles it back behind as they hit turn number 1.
Front of the field starting to spread out, single file instantly. Joey Pohl right back to work, building back up his lead. Single file behind him. Deeper in the pack, we have battling between Lewinsky Low and Tom Carey. Few cars ahead of them. DJ Shaw splits Mark Jennison and the 38 of Connor Souza. Unwinding off of 4. Another lap complete as we're under 40 to go.
Deep in the pack, and they are racing like it's the last lap, and they're going for the win. 3 wide racing. Jimmy Renfrew, Jacob Burns, and the P.J. Evans. And Jacob backed off the throttle, says, you know what? I don't need a wrecked race car. Settles it in back behind. Up front, Joey Pohl has a 6-car length advantage over Andrew Molleur. Derek Gluchacki is 3rd, right up on his tail, about a car length back to Tanner Woodard. The 36 of Eric Sands sits 5th, about 6 car lengths behind Woodard. Another 2 lengths back to Gabe Brown. DJ Shaw right there, as well as Connor Souza and Mark Jennison.
First battle on track is for that 10th spot, and it's Brian Wally trying to hold off Lewinsky Low and Tom Carey. Oh, Tom Carey into the wall, down the middle of the backstretch. Body panels flying high up atop of turn 3. And Tom Carey with a hard lick into that outside wall as Lewinsky Low and Brian Wally were looking for a way by. Cam Huntress was able to get by. Yellow flag out for that debris high atop turn 3, I have to imagine, as Tom Carey not happy with the 49 of Wally.
No, and tough break. Tom trying to survive tonight and get through. Comes into tonight back in the 11th position in the championship standings. It's how quickly you can learn the curve. And so far, The rookies, Andrew Molleur and Tanner Woodard, are doing an absolute fantastic job. Field is set off of turn number 4. 33 laps remain. We're back underway. Joey Pohl, once again, brings the field down the back straightaway, trying to hold on to that top spot with Molleur working that bottom groove.
Yeah, Molleur able to hang tough for lap 1 of the restart. Derek Gluchacki right up underneath his back bumper, trying to get the bottom groove to move. Tanner Woodard goes to work up top, tries to get around. Molleur down low, pulls up right alongside. Those are your 2 Rookie of the Year contenders, and Woodard pulls out ahead down into 3.
Gluchacki finally has an outside lane to work with. Will it work for him as he takes a look to the outside of Molleur? They head down into turn number 1. Tanner Woodard now up into the number 2 spot. Gluchacki looking to get back up onto the podium while Gabe Brown closes in the fight there. Connor Souza continues his great run. 3 wide behind them. Sands in the middle. Jennison on the inside. Shore up top with Lewinsky low right there in that fight.
Yeah, smoke pouring out on entry into 1 a lap ago, but we stay clean and green as Jennison, now donning just a little bit of cosmetic damage on that right front, continues to race with Sands and Shaw as they unwind off of 4.
Derek Gluchacki was finally able to find a way to get by Andrew Molleur. It was the outside lane, and he finds himself in front of him, but he's still in 3rd as Tanner Woodard is up into the 2nd spot. The rookie in that red number 68 out of Waterbury Center, Vermont, follows Joey Pohl down into turn number 3.
Joey Pohl continuing right where he left off already. A 5-car length advantage over the rookie from Vermont. Tanner Woodard looking to chase down the great Joey Pohl. Meanwhile, further back in the pack, DJ Shaw fending off a challenge from Eric Sands.
Trouble down the back straightaway as Brian Wall goes around the number 77 down in turn number 3. And with 24 laps remaining, the caution flag comes out one more time, and we are slowed up. 99 up on the board in the spring. This could be a breakthrough race for both of them as we get ready to go. 99 laps up on the board, 24 laps remain. Joey Pohl, Tanner Woodard, Derek Gluchacki, Andrew Molleur, Gabe Brown, the top 5 up on the throttle. We're back underway, and it is the 31 of Molleur up on top of the 03 Gluchacki, but all eyes are on the 97 of Joey Pohl and the 68 of Tanner Woodard as they come off of turn number 4. Woodard keeping pace down into turn number 1.
Is the high groove still the preferred line as the 31 and the 97 both benefit from good runs down the back stretch with the slight advantage. Oh, and Woodard and Pohl get together off of 4, sending the 68 sideways. He keeps it clean and green, but not to the detriment. The 31 of Andrew Molleur and Gluchacki thinking quick shuffle up top. Andrew Molleur just about by. He's clear for 2nd. Gluchacki now.
Double down the front stretch. The 49 and the 5 get together. Tom Terry hard in the wall up on the front stretch. Caution flag is out one more time. And did the same thing on the restart. The back end snapped out from underneath them because the tires weren't warm enough. So we'll see what happens with Andrew Molleur on the inside, Joey Pohl on the outside. Green flag unfurls. We're back underway. And Pohl looking for the lead down off of turn number 2 with the 31 of Molleur down to the inside. Gluchacki trying to follow through on the outside, 2, 3, and 4.
Tanner Woodard looking to climb his way back into the top 2 as he surges down low for a way by the 03 of Gluchacki. Meanwhile, the rookie of Molleur taking it to the longtime racer of Joey Pohl. Looks for a way by down low, but Joe Pohl just too strong up on that top groove.
Gluchacki following him through up top. This might have been the break that Gluchacki needed to get up into the top 2 as they roll down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Andrew Molleur on the inside. Gluchacki up top. Edges out for that number 2 spot. Woodard still sits 4th behind them. Gabe Brown, Connor Souza, DJ Shaw, Eric Sands, all in a battle for position from 5th on back.
Derek Gluchacki clears himself from the 31 of Molleur. Now Tanner Woodard start to creep underneath the 31. They're side by side, the two rookies. Again, just 15 points between the two in the season-long rookie standings. Drag race across the stripe and into one.
Molleur edges out Woodard that time, but Woodard continues to hang on down on the inside behind them. Gabe Brown and Connor Souza racing for position. They continue side by side. Jay Sands peeking to the outside of DJ Shaw as Cam Huntress fills in that bottom lane. They race off at turn number 2. Fifth on back is a great run.
Top 6 start to spread out single file. First battle for position is 8th between Cam Huntress and the 36 of Eric Sands. Sands was looking for a great run down the back stretch. Mark Jennison next in line on that top spot, looking for a way around the 27 as well. And they're still too wide as they hurtle down into one.
Down off the second corner, and the battle for third is hot and heavy. The 98 of Tanner Woodard, down on the 68, down on the inside of the 31 of Andrew Molleur. Molleur continues that spot as up front Joey Poe has a car length and a half advantage over Derek Gluchacki, down off of turn number 4. 11 laps remain in the Spring Green 123. Does Gluchacki have anything saved for Joey Poe? They have broken away from that race from 3rd down into 3 and 4.
Final moments of the 123, the Spring Green, just 10 laps that time by, and Joey Poe not quite able to shake the number 03 of Gluchacki. Gluchacki dials it in, right staring at that bumper of Joe Pole's number 97. Meanwhile, 10 car lengths behind him, Woodard takes a stab down to the inside of the 31.
Off the second corner they come. Woodard cannot get the run to the inside of Andrew Molleur. We saw that with Derek Gluchacki for many laps as he tried the inside. They head off of turn number 2. Joey Poe, 115, make it 116. This time, 7 circuits remain for Joey Poe, the Hudson, New Hampshire native, looking for his second career Seekonk Act win, leads it down into 3 and 4.
Derek Gluchacki just starting to fade a bit. Now a car length and a half, make it 2 at the line. The distance between him and the leader deeper in the pack. Shaw and Sands with a moment off of 4. They gather it back in. Cam Huntress and Mark Jennison now with the look to the inside and outside respectively of that 36 machine. Further up ahead, Joe Poe continues to walk away from the 03 just behind them. Tanner Woodard harassing the 31 of Molleur for yet another lap.
Yeah, 4 laps remaining now, and right now the battle is for that final podium position. You've got the 31 of Andrew Molleur up on the outside. Tanner Woodard down low as they come off of turn number 4. Make it a mile remaining. How about the run? DJ Shaw up on the outside of Connor Souza. They race off of turn 4. Shaw takes that spot away. The twin sticks in the air. Trouble off of turn number 2. Connor Souza goes around off of second corner. Everybody up on the binders. And ladies and gentlemen, do it again, and you go to the back. You can keep pace with them, but you can't be in front of them. They come off the corner. Now, they get the start. This time, it's a good start. Even Steven down into 1. Gluchacki trying to get into victory lane here tonight, but Joey Poe up on the outside has the advantage down into 3 with 2 to go.
Just about as good of a start as Gluchacki could have hoped for. Will it be enough as he tries to hang with the 97? Lap and a half to go, and Joe Poe clear all around for the lead. The 31 and the 68 try to split the 03. Not going to happen. Right flag out.
One more time around, and the battle is for second, third, and fourth. Gluchacki has it. They come down the back straight away. Tanner Woodard and Andrew Molleur battling for third. Checkered is out. Welcome back to Seekonk Victory Lane. Joey Poe, Gluchacki in second, and Tanner Woodard, by 100th of a second, will pick up third over Andrew Molleur and Gabe Brown. Those are your top 5. How about that for an American Canadian Tour main event, ladies and gentlemen? Picking up the Spring Green 123. Welcome back to Seekonk Victory Lane for Joey Poe. Hugs all around for the team, and well-deservedly so. Joey, welcome back to Seekonk Victory Lane. That looked like a tough 123 laps.
That was tough, man. It's been a long time since we've won a race, and man, what a good race. I got to thank Derek for racing me clean there. We raced hard and clean. Everyone up front raced really clean and hard tonight, and I want to dedicate this win to Mike Carrigan, who this race that got rained out was the last race that he went to, and here we are. We won the race. So he just passed away from cancer, and this one's for him.
The restarts, you picked the outside, and it worked out perfectly for you. Was there any thought about trying the inside on a restart?
Not once. No, this thing was working really good up on the top, and you know, that's where I was. I made my bed, and that's where I was staying.
A lot of competition today. You held off some great competition here tonight. I know you got some people who really helped you get here.
Definitely. I got to thank my whole crew. You know, my dad, Jake, Eric, George, Kyle, everyone that helps out. My sponsors, Poles Automotive, Hedman Hustler, Rocco's Sports Bar and Grill. Just everybody that helps us out. This feels really, really good, and it feels extra good to do it here because I haven't won here for a long time. I was close and went up, caught on fire with like 8 laps to go. So
I wasn't going to bring that up.
Yeah, I try to forget that, but this kind of makes up for it a little bit.
Congratulations. Welcome back to Victory Lane. Your winner, our second place finisher, Derek Gluchacki. And Derek, a great run for second. The inside lane, you had a great run on the inside so many times, you just couldn't complete it. That outside was so much better for you.
Yeah, just couldn't get in the right lane there, felt like, and yeah, I got stuck there in third for a while and probably used up a little more than I should, but congrats to Joey. You know, both these cars were wrecked, you know, not a week ago there at White Mountains, so pretty cool to see us 1-2 here. But yes, super thankful for my sponsors, Superior Online Works, Gray on Liquors, Westgate Performance, Tranquilor Designs, MC Photography, All Detailing, just everyone who supports me. A lot of fans here, home track for us, so thankful for them, and congrats to Joey. They earned it, that's for sure.
It's got to feel good to come out of here, your home track, with a second place finish.
Yeah, we don't seem to have much luck during ACT time here, but yeah, this is a good turnaround for us and build some momentum here for the rest of the year.
Congratulations, a great run for second. Derek Gluchacki. Welcome to Seekonk Speedway. What are your thoughts on the racetrack? Your first time here and a little bit different than what you're used to.
I really like this place, obviously, and to me it's just a big Oxford with a little bit of banking. Save your tires and you're going to be really good at the end.
You had some great battles there with Derek, with Andrew, coming up through the field and trying to get up to the top. What was going through your mind as you worked that outside and trying to hold down on the inside?
Everyone was struggling on the bottom on restarts, so we didn't want to be down there. Obviously, we wanted to be on the top. I was just hoping that they'd give me a lane. We all raced pretty respectfully, I feel. We all stayed in the front. No one got spun. No one got destroyed. I think it was a good night. I think everyone else should learn to race like that.
You had a little bit of a scare at one point late in the race. You came off a 4 and you got a little bit of sideways, but a great save there and really helped your night, not only tonight, but also in the rookie standings.
It sure did. At the end there, I was racing with Andrew Molleur. We probably raced 20 laps at the end, side by side. I don't think we touched until the checkered flag. Thank you, bud.
All right, I know you got some people to thank that got you down here.
Yeah, I'd like to big thank you to Flip Table Plus, my big sponsor here, JNS Sales and Service, All Metals Recycling, Next Gen Infrared, Mom, Dad, Tyler, my crew chief. He couldn't be here tonight because his brother's getting married. My sister, my spotter, she couldn't be here because her boyfriend's brother's getting married. Thanks to all the crew. We couldn't do it without you guys. And the Clark family for coming and subbing. I mean, it worked pretty good.
Congratulations. Welcome to Seekonk.